Hello everyone, Reza here. In today's video, we will take a first look at the new PowerApps Ideas feature, which uses AI to transform natural language input into PowerFX formulas. It uses a very well-known model, OpenAI's GPT-3. So let's check it out in action. Here in my PowerApps, I have a gallery that is showcasing data from Microsoft Dataverse. And I have a very simple table that has task information. Now this gallery, the items property is connected to that table. In order for me to write PowerFX formulas here to filter the data that's being represented here in this gallery, instead of going to the formula bar here and plugging in the formula, on the right hand side for a gallery, we now have this new option called Ideas. And in Ideas is where we can plug in a natural language query. We get a few suggestions as well based on GPT-3 AI that we can directly leverage. So for example, sort all my tasks based on the modified date in ascending order. So if I select this, it will directly apply that formula right here. And now all my gallery items are sorted based on the modified date column in my task info table. Or show me the top 10 tasks from my table. Or show me the tasks that have been modified in the last 7 days. Now I don't have any tasks that were modified, but I can change this. So show me all the tasks that were modified in the last 3 months or 90 days. I have my results right here. Now let's try and test this model out. So let's say I want to show all the tasks that contain the word power in the task name. Search for tasks. And here, as I type, if there are any data sources or any controls, you can even get references to them. So task info is my data source. So I'm going to pick this. So search my table, which is task info, where the name, once again, IntelliSense is guiding me through. I get the name of the column as well. So where the name contains power. Now I'm going to click on Get Ideas. And this is where GPT-3 comes into play, and it will go ahead and provide me with a few options based on the formula. It's showcasing what the closest formula to this is. Now here where I said contains power, if I just put power in double quotes because I want to search for a string, and if I click on Get Ideas, the formula now uses the search function and it is searching for the word power in that specific column. And if I select this, it's going to apply this to the items property of my gallery. And if you look at the results here, it's showcasing me all the tasks that have power in the name of my task. Now I can add additional scenarios here. So search for task where the name is power and the due date is less than today. Once again, natural language. I'll click on Get Ideas. GPT-3 comes into play and it provides me with the following formula. So I'm going to just select this and we can see the formula in action here. Filter my table where the name column contains power and the due date of the task is less than today. Now that's the case for all my tasks here. The due dates are less than today. But let's say I change this. Due date is more than 6 months in the past. I'll click Get Ideas. If I select this, it will apply the PowerFX expression right here. And now it's getting me all the tasks that have power in the name and the due date is less than 6 months before today. And that's the formula that it has plugged in right here. So there could be scenarios wherein the model does not understand the natural language that has been provided right here. So it will not output any formulas. The model as it stands as of now, this model cannot be trained. Now this works great with simple text columns and date columns. However, if you try this with complex type columns, so for example, I have a choice column here for priority. If I try and plug in text that says filter my table, which is task info, where the priority column, and I'll pick it from IntelliSense, priority is in progress. And I will put this in quotes. Now I'll click on Get Ideas. And this puts in the formula. If I select this, I will get an error because the way you filter choice column is not by directly plugging in text. Ideas is bound to improve over time, and I'm hopeful that all column types would be supported soon. Now let's take an example of a different data source. Here I have a task list that is living in SharePoint. And here's my SharePoint list that has my tasks and metadata associated with the task. So show me all the data that has been created in last 90 days. I'll click Get Ideas. And there you go. It's given me the formula. I can select this, which says filter my data source where the created date is greater than 90 days in the past. And that's exactly the data that it has provided. Let's try test this model again. Just show me all the tasks, the due date, and I can pick the column again, is less than today. And I'll click Get Ideas. Once again, it gives me the formula that I can select. Now this works with different formula types, filtering, searching, sorting. So I can add a combination of things here, like show me 10 records that have the word power in the title and sort my data by created date with the newest on the top. I'll click Get Ideas and it provides me the formula. I can select this. It will plug the formula right here. Currently, it doesn't take into account delegation. So if the formula is not delegable, we will clearly get the delegation warning right here. Be careful of delegation when you have large data sets. The same complex type column logic applies to SharePoint as well. So in SharePoint, I have a priority column, which is of type choice. If I put in my query that says priority is medium, I'll click Get Ideas. It gets me the suggestion. I can select this. It will plug the formula, but it will return in an error here because it's a complex type column. The formula is not complete. The way we query choice columns in SharePoint is we put a value in front of the choice column name so that it can query the actual value. And now my formula is complete and it gives me the filtered results. Now this also works if you have certain filters that you've defined for your users. So for example, I can insert a text box right here. And let's say I give this the default value of power. I have renamed this control to txt search. Now let's try and plug in the formula related to that text column. So filter my data source, which is work progress tracker, where the text box, so as I type, it will give me the reference to the text box. I cannot put a dot and get the properties of the text box. It just relates to the text. So I'll just say where the text that's provided in that text box is in the title column. And I'll pick the reference to the title column. I will click Get Ideas. And here is the formula that it has plugged in right here. I can select this. It's not utilizing the text, but if I do .text, will plug in the correct formula, and now it will show me all the data which has the text that the user enters in this text box. So if I was to change this to components, it will now search for data related to components. I'll show you one more example with date range filters. So I'll add a couple of date controls. So this is the from date, this is the to date, and I'll set the default date for this one as, so I've set it to date add today minus 90. So the default date is 90 days before today. So I have these couple of dates and I would like to filter my data. Once again, I'll select the gallery, go to ideas and plug in my natural language expression, which is filter my data source, which is work progress tracker, where the due date column is greater than the first date picker control. And I'll give the reference to that first control right here. And once again, the due date column is less than the second date picker column. So now it will search for all my tasks where the due date is in that given range. If I click Get Ideas, that's the formula that it has suggested. I'll select this. So I have tasks here starting June 8th. So I will go and pick June 1st, click OK. So show me all the tasks that are due in June. And I only have one task here, which is learning PowerApps. So Ideas is great for citizen developers or power users because they can just enter their formulas, their expressions here in natural language, and AI-powered GPT-3 will convert them and provide you with formula suggestions that you can leverage right here. This is an extremely powerful feature that will only get better over time. Currently, it only works with galleries and data tables. If you enjoyed this video, then do like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching.